and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino beer review. Today at the Rhino, we're going to look at a beer. We're going to look at a beer from a brewery I've never had a beer from. That's hard to say lately. No, it isn't. There's so many breweries opening up that there's a huge plethora of breweries I've never had anything from. But this one is from Folly Brewpub. Folly Brewing in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Thank you very much, Greg, for picking this up. This is on College Street. This is the Flemish Cap, which is an old world saison at 4.5% alcohol by volume. That label has way too much going on it, but I love it at the same time. I don't know who they hire to do their caps, but it's pretty good. There is a yeast cake in there, so we will do a little bit of a Weiss roll because the cup I have I do not think will quite fit 500 mils. So do a little bit of a Weiss roll. There we go. Plain black caps. Only thing that I don't like about it. The iron spiked glass from Railway City. Okay, I don't really want to comment on the clarity yet, because that looks fairly thick. But lots of carbonation moving in there. Big bright white head with small little bubbles. Big snap, crackle, pop. I can hear it from here. The bubbles are fading already. Right now it's pretty close to crystal clear. There is some haze to it. But once I add more of this in, I believe we're going to get a much hazier beer once it's all said and done. Yeah, like that one right there. Now I can't see my hand through it. So I think the haze factor is going to be huge if I can get that last mouthful in there. Tiniest bit left in there, but I'd like to get it in before I do the sniff test. There we go. Bang, see, so there is the proper clarity of it. So thick I cannot see my hand through it, and I can't even see the carbonation anymore. So that's pretty awesome. Golden color, bright white head. Again, big snap, crackle, pop smell. Almost tart out of the glass. Yeah, tart and weedy out of the glass. Out of the bottle. Bottle, little tiny touch of funk. Little touch of funk, little touch of white pepper, a slight touch of tartness as well. And almost like the tartness is almost like a sour wheat. Almost like a sourdough. Okay, let's try the beer. Cheers. Very dry. Very dry on the back end. Very bready, very biscuity, very weedy. Almost like soggy Wheaties all the way through. A little bit of a clove dryness on the back end with that touch of clovey bitterness. A little bit of lemon peel. So very, very grainy, very weedy. A little bit of lemon peel, a little bit of clove, a little bit of pepper. Dry and biscuity. Not a bad beer, in all honesty. It doesn't have coriander like some of them have. It actually doesn't have as much funk as was on the nose. It has no real tartness other than the lemon peel itself. This is actually a nice little beer. Yeah, and compared to the saisons I'm used to in Ontario, not nearly as effervescent, not nearly as sparkly, heavier mouthfeel. I'd say medium to heavy, and more with just the graininess to it, and the white pepper and the cloves and the lemon peel. It is more like what I would expect from a farmhouse ale, where they just grabbed some of the things that were around to make the beer. And I mean, I know that that's the flavor profiles are in a lot of our current ones, but usually you don't get them all together. It's usually some of them and not all of them, and then you get coriander, and you get most of the ones that I've had in Ontario are more like a wheat beer with just extra things added to it, where this is excuse me, this is kind of just an unfiltered beer that's had a bunch of shit thrown in it. And it's under 5% alcohol. I mean, that's one of the things I love is I always talk about with saisons, because saisons, especially a lot of the ones you buy, will have on the back, oh, this is the beer that was made for the farm workers to keep them refreshed, and and then you look at the ABV and it's like 8% alcohol, and you're like, yeah, this isn't what you gave your farm workers to keep them refreshed. You didn't give them an 8% alcohol diuretic to keep them refreshed. You gave them somewhere between 3 and 5% alcohol beer that had some nutrients in it, and that's what they drank, and they drank it all day. And yeah, that's one of the things I like about it too. I mean, I can probably count how many saisons I can think of that are under 5% alcohol. King Street Saison from Block 3. This one. Nickelbrook had one. One Paysan Saison was under 5. I think the other one was 5.5 or something like that. Black Oaks, regular Saison is usually under 5. There's like 3 others that I've had, and I just can't think of them. So that's 7 of the 50 saisons I've had in Ontario that were under 5. And the thing is, most of them all use that description. Most of them all talk about that, and that's the part that bothers me. It's not as much the ABV as the fact that you're talking about the history of the beer, and then you're giving me this high ABV beer. If that's what you're going to do, just call it a New Age Saison, New World Saison, a Saison style. Don't call it a Saison, then give me the history of a Saison, then hand me something that's between 6 and 10% alcohol. That's my only thing. I really do enjoy this beer. It drinks so well as well. I mean, if you're not big on Belgian flavors, you might still like this, because it doesn't have all of the Belgian flavors in there. And I mean, it does have a Belgian kick to it. It does have Belgian-esque flavors, but it doesn't have an, oh my god, we're Belgian, you have to drink us now type of flavor. Out of 10 on this, probably an 8.25. I really do enjoy it. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Greg, for picking this up. And yeah, I can now say I've tried a Folly Brewing Company beer. Bye, guys.